Welcome back. Dale Myers with Vision Advanced. Today we're going to discuss overcoming procrastination. Now this one here is a doozy, and I am with a lot of you guys. I'm better now, but this was something that I had to really work hard at. And so you guys know procrastination is pretty much just kind of continuously putting off things until tomorrow that you should be doing today. And there's no one that's perfect. It is just there are different levels of procrastination, right? So we need to discuss, why are we doing it? Now, some psychologists actually say it doesn't really matter why, but let's start with talking about the why. Why do we do it? Sometimes it's task aversion, because there's something out there I really don't want to do. And this is why some of my videos, you guys have heard me talk about first focus, where we start off the day doing something that's huge, something difficult and challenging, get it off our plate, because that just propels us forward in our life. But we'll circle back to that another time. And I'll probably still post a link to one of those videos I did before down in the description, because it's related to task aversion, right? Pressure. Some of us say, well, hey, I'm not really a procrastinator. I just know that I work well under pressure. Yeah, but why are you putting yourself up under undue pressure? There's enough pressure in this world already. So we need to deal with that. And then for many of us, it is the fear of failure. We forego working on something because we don't want to deal with that rejection. And all of this has to do with something related to time. It's a time element. We waited to the last minute. We're up under these extreme amount of pressures, and it's a roller coaster, because we start off, oh, everything's good, we're working on tasks that we like, feels good to us, so we're feeling good. But then as the deadline gets closer and closer, our chest, we start to feel it in our chest, right? And we start to get that nervous feeling, that anxiety. So this is a continuous roller coaster, right? And because of that, all procrastination has a price. So I want to get my notes right here to make sure. I actually looked this up. It's a psychological study from the American Psychological Society Journal. I want to be clear on that. That's where it came from. All procrastination comes with a price. Depression is real. It's real. Irrational belief system. Often an irrational belief about ourselves. We beat ourselves up. Oh, I'm horrible at this, or I'm a loser. And, now maybe you don't do that, but there are, variations to this level. So irrational beliefs also about time again. Thinking that you have more time than you really do. Right? Self-esteem. We feel lower about ourselves. We don't celebrate our successes, and we overplay our failures. This leads to anxiety, that feeling in your chest, and then a boatload of stress associated with it. I have been there. Probably maybe a decade ago or something. You couldn't tell me I was not having a heart attack. I went to 2 different doctors because I was feeling my heart was racing, and I had that pain in my chest. It was anxiety related. And it was also related to, this was at the time when, so it was a little bit more than 12 years ago, because I had shut down my record label, and it was a thought of returning back to corporate America. I really wasn't enjoying it. I was trying to do the right thing in terms of, I was a recently married husband, but I was really hating it. And it was that anxiety. This is real. So, but again, one of the reasons why I didn't get as much success with that record label, I'm sure it had something to do with this procrastination. So that's what we're doing this video, guys. Again, we all suffer to a point, some of us greater than others. This procrastination is real. This is why we are talking about overcoming procrastination. All right. So the net effect of all of these prices that we have to pay, depression, irrational belief, self-esteem, lower self-esteem, anxiety, depression, the net effect is that we are less effective as human beings. We are less efficient in our daily routines and our businesses if you run your own business. And if you work for someone else, you're still less effective at your job. That's another price of procrastination. So, and one thing that's worth mentioning is that what makes us move when we procrastinate? It's always some outside force, some external force that puts the deadline on us. So we have to have these external forces put deadlines on us. The problem is because the force is external instead of internal, other external forces can come along and trigger distractions. These external forces like, oh, I got a Facebook notification, a new email, or I'm researching something and I notice like when you open up a Google window, I'm getting ready to search for something and then they have the pocket or whatever that'll suggest kind of articles for you. That's a distraction. So, but when external forces are motivating you, external forces can also distract you. So, having said all of that, how do we overcome procrastination? Well, we're going to talk about systems and processes and tactics that we can use. But the biggest thing, guys, honestly, is you have to find a big why. You have to find a reason that's important enough for you to take action. I'm going to give you the tactics. I'm going to give the strategies. But what is the thing that you know that if you got this together that you could accomplish? What is the one big thing that's worth it for you? If you find your big why, you will push through because it's not going to be easy. You're going to give up some freedom. It's not going to be as fun initially. So we're going to have to sacrifice now a little more self-regulation so that later on we can have the things that we want. You have to find your big why. Now, I've posted a couple of videos about that, and I will definitely include those in the description below. But you must find your big why. Your big why is bigger than systems and processes. So now let's get to the tactics and the systems. The first thing we want to do, we impose our own deadlines, self-imposed deadlines. We create our own action plans for the things that are important in our lives, and we put the deadlines on ourselves. We'll break this down in other videos because there's some time management and productivity tools that we could talk about to help you with that. But step one is I put the deadline on myself. Now, because in the past I haven't been good at keeping that deadline, step two is I need an external accountability partner. This could be a spouse, perhaps. It could be a good friend, a confidant, a co-worker who you trust and can confide in, or it could be an accountability coach. You can pay like we do that here at Vision Shaper Consulting. We do that. But just the point is you need external accountability because right now we're working on getting our discipline where it needs to be. Step three, we're going to rotate our work intervals. It's not going to be all work and no play. We're going to rotate and we're going to have periods where if we're working on the ugly thing, sometimes we'll go give ourselves the chance to go work on something that's fun and exciting and then come back to the ugly thing, right? So we're going to ease our way into it, right? And then we got to get back to exercising. Again, this stuff came from scientific research. We all know that exercise is helpful. We were talking about anxiety and stress. Well, yes, exercise 30 minutes a day. And by the way, you don't have to do 30 minutes at one time, which is great if you can, but hey, get you in 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here, and sometime throughout the day, if you've gotten your 30 minutes, your body says thank you. Related to that, diet. We know that exercise and diet go hand in hand together. Again, make incremental improvements. Get a little bit better in your diet. Remember, 1% a day in 70 days, you're twice as good. Incremental improvements. A healthier diet than what you have today. Last thing, eliminate the distractions. We have to put restrictions on the things that are distracting us away from our goals. Again, there are lots of different things we could talk about in that area. But these are the tactics that will make up our systems. Self-imposed deadlines, external accountabilities, rotating our work schedule, exercise, diet, and eliminate the distractions. This all will lead to a net gain. So this is like, think about now, this is what's going to happen. The deadlines are going to give us greater accountability. This greater accountability gives us more responsibility. We take more responsibility, more ownership. We start to feel better about ourselves. The rotating work intervals, the same kind of thing. it helps to increase our focus. The exercise, the diet, it gives us more energy while also increasing our focus. We eliminate the distractions, it helps to increase our focus. And that leads us to be more productive individuals in our lives, in our personal lives, our professional lives. Our spouses sing our praises. Woohoo! Thank you. If we're employed, our employers, they see the difference, and we're recognized with more salary, and greater opportunity. If you're an entrepreneur, your business improves and you get the reward, which is this thing called profit. All because we overcame procrastination. So work on improving yourselves, guys. Here's the process. It doesn't matter if we don't have the big why. Out of all the things we've talked about, the most important is the big why. Make sure your why is strong enough, powerful enough to help you push through, to find the discipline to do the deadlines and to reach out to someone, to have the courage to reach out to someone to get some more accountability in our lives. So that's what's up, guys. This is the process. This is what I've been using to help me eventually leave my job to get back to being self-employed. Even when I was at the job, to work my way up the chain and do some of the things that I wanted to do in my life while I was in the educational system. So leave a comment below. You have a choice. What's your big why that's going to be your reason for getting this done, for overcoming procrastination? Or if you like, what's your biggest challenge? What has been your biggest challenge in overcoming procrastination? We're here to support each other, so put it out there in the universe. If you have something great to give it. If you're struggling and need some help, someone else is going to give something that's going to help you get there. My name is Dale Myers with Vision Advance. Together, we're overcoming procrastination. Please thumbs up, like the video, share it with someone. This one needs to be shared because a lot of us are dealing with it. Please subscribe to the channel. My goal is to touch 10,000 lives this year. Again, I serve you. I know that I'll get the blessing in return. Dale Myers, Vision Advance. Y'all take care.